Hey everyone, so I hope you're not getting sick of me, but I have to record another short video about this Sunday. Today is more admin stuff and the fact that we have our annual meeting this Sunday, and so I wanted to make sure that it all goes well and everybody comes prepared. So first of all, what's the status of the room? Those of you who were there last Sunday, you saw that we had another damaged pipe or something and it was raining into our room again. Thankfully, the worst is over. It's not dripping any longer. And the interesting thing is the water came from the same person that lives above us. Exactly the same thing that happened 2 years ago. That person did something, I don't know what, went on a trip, and while this person was on a trip, the water started leaking again, and we were suffering under it. And yeah, so that's why the water dripped. So as of right now, everything is okay. But of course, there will be repairs, construction, and renovation coming in the coming weeks and months. But this Sunday we can use the place. Everything is fine again. The floor will probably be a bit bumpy, but it's all good. And so we can meet at the Aletheia place. We can meet at our regular place. And so that's where the annual meeting is taking place. So that means we have lunch at 12:30. At 1:30 we have the legal meeting, and then at 3 p.m. we have our regular service. And this week, again, as we announced for a while, this is not a second time when we have small group like last Sunday. So we start with a time of worship, and then instead of listening to the message, we have small group, and the message was already uploaded yesterday. So please make sure that you listen to that before this Sunday. So with that being said, here are a few administrative things. So at 12:30 we have lunch. Please let me know if you're coming beforehand so that there is going to be enough food. We'll order this time. I know this month we already had a potluck and I don't want to stress out people. So this time we're just going to order lunch in. But for that then to work out, please let me know beforehand if you're coming so that I can send you the menu. Then everybody can order beforehand. And then we'll start eating at 12:30 this coming Sunday. So please let me know if you're coming for the lunch. And secondly, if you can't come to the annual meeting, then of course there are a few questions that we want to decide this Sunday. And I think the most important one where we need everybody's input is, what about the service time? So we have talked about this for a while, and we have decided that we will move the service to the morning. But if we make this kind of change, then of course we want to make sure that we catch everyone. We know 3 p.m. is not ideal for some of us. That's why we are moving it. But there is no point in moving it and then we realize that we are running into the same issues again and that it collides with kids' nap time again and these kind of things. So we want to make sure if we move it, then it's a time that works for everyone. So the question that we have for everyone that we will discuss this Sunday is, when is the earliest time you would be able to come? And it's okay if you say, I want to sleep in a bit on Sunday, so I don't want to come at 8 a.m. That's fine. So we don't want to force you, but let us know when is the earliest time you would be able to come. Would 8 a.m. be too early? Should we say 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m.? What is a good time where everybody could say, yeah, at this time I could be at the Aletheia place? And then related to that, and that's then mainly for those of us who have small kids, when is the latest time you would have to leave? So, and we know nap time kicks in again for some of our smaller ones. And so that's why we want to know, could you stay until 1 p.m.? Could you stay until 2 p.m.? We want to make sure that we don't then rush out of the place. Right now, I know 3 p.m. is not ideal, but after the service, we usually stay back for 30 minutes, 1 hour, something like this. And we just have fellowship with each other. Some of us pray with each other. We enjoy snacks together and these kind of things. And we want to make sure that we don't put the service then at a time that, say, if we finish at 12:30, that then everybody would have to leave and be like, okay, kids need to sleep, so bye-bye. See you next week. So we want to make sure that isn't happening either. And so that's why we want to know from everyone, when is the earliest time you would be able to come, and when is the latest time that you would have to leave? And then hopefully within that time frame, we find a good time that works for everyone so that we can have not just a service, but we can also have some fellowship time with each other every week. So that's the discussion we're going to have this Sunday. If you cannot come to the annual meeting, then please let us know your preferred time or your available time beforehand, so that we can consider your time frames as well. Like I said, we want to make a decision this Sunday at what time we're going to have the service in the future from January onward. But to be able to make that decision, we also need to know from everyone, when are you available? And specifically, what time works for your kids. So that's the annual meeting. And then lastly, if you cannot make it this Sunday for the small group, then I want to ask everyone, do you want to join our prayer challenge? If you listened to the sermon yesterday, then you know that we're going to start a 14-day prayer challenge. And what we're going to do this Sunday in the small group is that we're going to assign who we are going to pray for, who wants to participate, and then we're going to draw names from a box. And then everybody who participates, their names are in there, and then we all draw a name, and that's the person we're going to pray for. So that's the plan for this Sunday, but we are aware some of us can't make it, some of us are out of town right now, and as often happens, someone has to cancel last minute because he or she is sick or something like that. So that's why I want to ask you, if you cannot join the small group this Sunday, then please let me know if you would like to join this prayer challenge that we are going to do starting on Monday. Because if that's the case, then we can put your name in the draw as well. Someone will pray for you, and we will also pray a name for you, a person that you can pray for. So please let us know if you cannot make it this Sunday, if you would like to join this prayer challenge, so that you can be part of this as well. So that's the announcements that we have for today. Hope you are all having a great week, and we are looking forward to seeing you all this Sunday.